Imagine biting into a tuna sandwich from your favorite UK grocery store, only to discover that the fish behind it might have come from supply chains entangled in forced labor. It's a chilling reality that hits close to home for millions. This isn't just about seafood. It's a wake-up call on how global trade can hide dark secrets in the products we trust. But here's where it gets really intriguing. As we dive into this story, we'll uncover a web of interconnected scandals that span finance, technology, espionage, and even beauty pageants. Stick around, because this exploration might just change how you shop and think about the world around you. Let's start with the heart of the matter. Major UK supermarkets have been implicated in tuna supply chains plagued by forced labor. For beginners wondering what that means, forced labor involves people being coerced into work against their will, often under threat or without fair pay, in harsh conditions that resemble modern-day slavery. This revelation comes from investigations that trace the tuna's journey from distant oceans, think regions like the Pacific where fishing fleets operate, to the shelves of everyday stores. It's a stark reminder that our everyday purchases can unwittingly support exploitation. And this is the part most people miss. These chains aren't isolated. They're part of a broader global network where profits often overshadow human rights. What if we told you that by choosing ethically sourced alternatives, like tuna certified by organizations such as the Marine Stewardship Council, you could help disrupt this cycle? It's a small step with big potential impact. Shifting gears to the financial world, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is reevaluating its framework for auditor independence, a set of rules meant to ensure that those who check financial statements aren't too cozy with the companies they audit. This could lead to stricter guidelines, preventing conflicts of interest that have shaken investor confidence in the past. For those new to this, auditors are like referees in the financial game, verifying that a company's reported earnings are accurate. Imagine if the referee was paid by one team. That's the kind of bias these rules aim to avoid. It's a move toward greater transparency, but critics argue it might raise costs for businesses. Do you think this reform will truly clean up Wall Street, or is it just window dressing? Meanwhile, the UK's National Crime Agency has exposed a massive money laundering operation that ties back to British shores, linking illicit funds to seemingly legitimate businesses. This isn't some Hollywood plot. It's a real-life scheme where dirty money from crimes like drug trafficking or corruption gets washed through layers of transactions to appear clean. For beginners, picture it as a financial disguise party where bad cash hides in plain sight. The extent is staggering, potentially involving billions, and it underscores how porous our global banking systems can be. But here's where it gets controversial. Some experts claim that without addressing root causes like tax havens, these crackdowns are like plugging leaks in a sinking ship. What are your thoughts? Should governments prioritize international cooperation, or is it time for harsher penalties on individuals? On the corporate front, the Tata Group, a giant in Indian industry, is embroiled in its deepest internal rift in recent history, with escalating tensions between key leaders. This feud could reshape the conglomerate's future, affecting everything from steel production to IT services. For those unfamiliar, Tata is like a family-run empire with diverse interests, but internal battles can lead to instability. It's a classic tale of power struggles, reminiscent of feuds in companies like Enron or even family dramas in films. Subtly, one might argue that such conflicts, while messy, sometimes drive innovation by shaking up stagnant leadership, though it's risky. Do you see this as a sign of weakness or an opportunity for renewal? Tech enthusiasts, rejoice. NVIDIA, crowned the globe's most valuable public company, smashed expectations with a third-quarter revenue of $57 billion, marking a 62% surge. This chipmaker's boom is fueled by the AI revolution, where their graphics processors power everything from self-driving cars to advanced AI models. Beginners, think of NVIDIA as the engine behind the digital age, enabling faster computers and smarter machines. It's incredible growth, but with it comes debates on whether this valuation bubble is sustainable. And this is the part most people miss. As AI proliferates, ethical concerns about job displacement and data privacy loom large. Should we celebrate this progress, or worry about who controls the technology? Diving into international intrigue, Chinese intelligence operatives reportedly tried to enlist thousands of individuals connected to Westminster, Britain's political hub, in a sweeping online recruitment drive. This espionage effort highlights the blurring lines between digital diplomacy and spying in our hyper-connected world. For newcomers, it's like a high-stakes game where agents scout for insiders who might leak secrets or influence policy. The scale is alarming, sparking fears of foreign interference in democracies. But here's where it gets controversial. Some interpret this as defensive measures amid global tensions, while others see it as aggressive overreach. Where do you draw the line between national security and invasion of privacy? Exciting advancements in health tech. Paradromics, a Texas firm specializing in brain-computer interfaces, has secured FDA approval for its pioneering long-term clinical trial. This means testing devices that could allow paralyzed individuals to control computers or prosthetics with just their thoughts, a leap toward merging humans and machines. For beginners, envision a future where thoughts directly command technology, revolutionizing lives for those with disabilities. It's a hopeful step, but trials like this carry risks, such as potential side effects on the brain. And this is the part most people miss. While promising, it raises ethical dilemmas about accessibility. Will this tech be for the elite or democratized? What if it blurs the line between human and artificial intelligence? Controversy brews in France. The chief of the armed forces has ignited debate with statements pushing for national revival, possibly implying stricter military stances or cultural policies. This rhetoric echoes historical calls to arms, stirring passions on both sides. For those new to geopolitical debates, it's a reminder of how military leaders can influence public discourse. Critics fear it could polarize society, while supporters see it as necessary for security. But here's where it gets really divisive. Is this patriotism or a slippery slope toward nationalism? We'd love to hear your take. Does rallying the nation unite or divide? Beauty pageants aren't immune to drama either. The Miss Universe event is in chaos mere days before its Bangkok finale, with allegations and upheavals threatening the spotlight. This global competition, meant to celebrate diversity and talent, now faces scrutiny over fairness and inclusivity. For beginners, think of it as a glamorous contest turned tangled web of disputes. It's a microcosm of broader societal issues, like gender representation and cultural biases. And this is the part most people miss. In an era of body positivity movements, does the pageant still hold relevance, or is it outdated? Should we reform it, or let it fade? Finally, a personal twist from the world of activism. Sachi, a figure betrayed by her community after her arrest by Dutch authorities, embodies the complexities of international justice and loyalty. Her story, one of resilience amid treachery, highlights how whistleblowers or activists often face backlash. For newcomers, it's a cautionary tale of the costs of speaking out against wrongs. It reminds us that change agents aren't always heroes in their own circles. But here's where it gets controversial. Was the betrayal justified, or a tragic failure of solidarity? Wrapping up this whirlwind of headlines, HSBC Holdings plc is transforming its trading arm under CEO Georges El-Hederi's guidance, aiming to boost competitiveness in volatile markets. This overhaul could revitalize the bank's operations, adapting to digital shifts in finance. For beginners, trading divisions handle buying and selling assets, and changes here affect global economies. It's a proactive move, yet skeptics wonder if it addresses past scandals adequately. And this is the part most people miss. In a world of fintech disruptions, is traditional banking evolving fast enough? There you have it. A tapestry of tales from forced labor in our food to espionage in politics, each interconnected in surprising ways. We've expanded on these issues to clarify the basics, like what forced labor entails or how AI chips work, so everyone can follow along. But as with any complex topic, opinions vary wildly. Do you agree that these scandals demand consumer action, or is the system too entrenched to change? Is nationalism a shield or a sword in modern France? Share your thoughts in the comments. We're eager to hear agreements, disagreements, and fresh perspectives. What controversial angle did we miss that ties these stories together?